Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and beautiful little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you most deliciously. So, what do we do, my juicy little lads? Thank you, little lad. You're delicious and bright. Yes, it is nearly 1:45 in the afternoon in our old England, my delicious little babies today on our St. George's Day. So, for anybody who happens to celebrate St. George's, may you all have a happy and prosperous St. George's Day on the 23rd of April, 2025. Now, the weather, not so very nice, fluffy clouds, my delicious little babies, blue and grey again. Well, it's a bit of blue sky, but it's grey and white, not so fluffy clouds, my delicious little babies. It's a little bit chilly out there, okay? But there is no surprise. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Anyway, so I've just got a couple of bits today for you, my delicious little babies. Now then, so the first one, my delicious little babies, because I've only got one that I've wrote down, although, I will tell you about the other one, in a short while, my delicious little babies. This uploader happens to have 9.06 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies, on old YouTube. Now, the uploader, with anybody not in that way, the uploader is called, it's all in capitals, my delicious little babies. So it's Ali, capital A, capital L, capital R, then space, Tabrizi. So it's spelled, and that's all capitals, Tabrrzr. Okay, my delicious little babies. So it's Ali, space, Tabrizi, on old YouTube, my delicious little babies. Now then, the video should read, and it's just over 33 minutes long, my delicious little babies, and it should read, insane UN staff member finally speaks out. Okay, my delicious little babies, so I'm just going to repeat that again for you, shall I? Insane UN staff member finally speaks out. Yes, my delicious little babies, and now I'm going to close my book, okay? So, we must remember to go backwards. I keep saying this, my delicious little babies, okay? So let's put it over here and let's discuss. Yes, we know about the UN. They claim themselves to be a delicious and wonderful organisation, my delicious little babies. But I have heard, there we are, the same as thousands of others over the years, my delicious little babies, where they're not so very nice, my delicious little babies, okay? You will be quite surprised how many there we are still believe in them, my delicious little babies, because there we are rather a lot who still believe in them. Okay, my delicious little babies, but it is well worth a listen, my delicious little babies. Now, there are other videos on there, okay, my delicious little babies, that for some of you, my little beautifuls, that there we are, you would find most interesting, put it that way. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, I talked about on my videos about different things now. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Okay, but there we are, well worth a listen to Ali's channel on old YouTube, my delicious little babies. Now then, finally, because this is again not going to be a long video today, because I'm making me cauliflower, celery and onion soup, my delicious little babies, with a bit of cream and salt and pepper and some veg stock, my delicious little babies, okay? Because I'm making it for my little elderly neighbours and a dear lady down the road, because, like I said, her immune system's in a very bad way at the moment. But I forgot to tell you yesterday, she's lost her voice as well, so she really welcomed that soup that I made, my delicious little baby. She said because it will help her throat, bless her. Anyway, my delicious little baby, so I was listening to, because I've been on the bus today. Oh, and it said on the bus tickets, I'm not going to go and get it now, Madelishtuk Babies, but I'll save it for tomorrow. Then I'll show you tomorrow, Madelishtuk Babies. It said stew, as in STEW, stew, twice, Madelicious Little Babies. Do you see what I mean? Okay. Only seems to happen on the day tickets. It doesn't seem to happen on the single tickets. Do you see what I mean, Madelishtuk Babies? Anyway. So I got off the bus and I'm, walking back, and I was listening to our lovely, not in that way, but our lovely UK column, okay? I happen to love UK column. Do you know what I mean, Madelishtuk Babies, okay? And it's very informative. We are very interesting to listen to. Anybody who I advertise, Madelishtuk Babies, it's especially my the ones that I will usually advertise, okay? They're all fan Dabby Dursey, bless them. And this video is only, and this is on YouTube as well, Madelishtuk Babies, UK space column, okay? Space column news, is it? UK space column space news, I do believe, okay? Anyway, Madelishtuk Babies, and this is only just over 7 minutes long, Madelishtuk Babies, and your man there is out in the street. That's in Old England, Madelishtuk Babies, okay? He's out in the street. And I think they have 5,000 and something now subscribers. Does a UK column, Madelishtuk Babies, but well worth, there we are, a listen to them, and you can also type in, search engine of your choice, UK space column. Do you see what I mean, Madelishtuk Babies? And of course, you'll see other videos on there, okay, Madelishtuk Babies, anyway. And your man there is out in the street now, and he's asking ones if they felt that the lockdowns, in the world, Madelishous Little Babies, were worth it. Now, you've got one dear man there, of course, like I just said, not in that way. One dear man there now then with a suit, and everything like that now then. And he's, there we are, well clued up, put it that way, Madelishous Babies, there we are, well clued up. Okay, Madelishous Babies, okay? And, of course, he never fell for the bullshit. Do you see what I mean, Madelishous Babies? Just like myself. I never fell for it. I never wore what some would call a mask. I call a muzzle. I never wore a muzzle. I never stood 6 feet apart. And I never, and this is no offence to anybody who very sadly did take, okay, because you did not do it. If it was for consent, then you would not have done it. Do you see what I mean? But this is the tricksters now, what they did. Okay, Madelishous Babies, very sadly. So this is no offence to anybody. Okay, but the fact of the matter is, I never took no jibby jab. No one ever. I refused. Okay, Madelishous Babies, there's no way on this earth I was going to put anything into my system like that. No. Okay, Madelishous Babies, and of course now, very sadly, we are seeing, let's just say, the repercussions of this experimental jibber jab, Madelishous Babies, okay? But what amazed me, you did have some who, they said that the lockdown, well, it never amazed me really, okay, Madelishous Babies, so I'll just change that, okay? But you did have some who thought the lockdowns were good. Some felt it was good because they never had to go to work. Others did not feel that it was good because they could not work. And for some, they never got that, what do they call it? Is it furlough or something? Okay. So really they had no way of working, for their bread and butter. Do you see what I mean? That's what you call it, your bread and butter. Madelishous Babies, as you would know, that saying. And then you had others who they truly believed that this worked. Madelishous Babies, this is what I call, very sadly, the level of brainwashing. Madelishous Babies, do you see what I'm saying? Okay. that told myself just in that very, very shorty video. So thank you, our lovely UK Colin. Bless you. Bless you all. Please keep up the excellent work. Okay. Well, it showed myself, because I've got eyes to see and ears to hear. That should anything like that, say, occur again, for some strange reason, my delicious little babies, okay, it's not actually strange, it's all by design. And these would more than likely, there we are, fall for the shot again, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? So there's many who, very sadly, ones cannot help. Like I say, some mothers do have them. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? And there were quite a few, because your man there did ask if they did take something, and there were quite a few, there we are, who did. There was one man there who said that he believes in the science. Yeah. Speed of science, my delicious little babies. Do you remember when we kept hearing those words, the speed of science? Okay, my delicious little babies. Putrid and effing disgusting, man. Anyway, so that's my video, my delicious little babies. Okay, so it's only a shorty video. Now, can I just say, when I put, to start on the camera to talk to you all, my little beautiful babies that you all are, okay, I meant to sort of click here, to start the video, but with my dog and Burn, for some unknown reason, it comes up like a green thing there, that's sad, and then it just comes on automatically. My delicious little babies, that's a bit odd. It never happened with me other two dog and Burns, my delicious little babies. You see what I mean, okay? So, like I said, there's a green thing that goes there, and then it just comes on. Do you know what I mean? Just very strange, I feel, my delicious little babies. Anyway, so that's the video. So, yeah, not a lot to say today. I mean, I would say more, but it's just that I need to get my cooking done, my delicious little babies. There we are. And I need to eat as well. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm super duper hungry now. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, I can. I've got to go and feed me beautiful little birdies, my beautiful little squirrels. Even the one little squirrel can be extremely greedy. My delicious little babies kind doesn't give any of my beautiful little pigeons or beautiful little birdies any chance to get something to eat, because he gets there first. Okay, my delicious little babies. So until my next video, please take a listen to both of those videos, my delicious little babies, honestly. But it does seem that some, that we are still believing it. I mean, even for myself, if you talk to the average, and I do, on a daily basis, my delicious little babies, okay, you'll find that they will not say, I caught a common cold. They'll say, oh, no. They said, I really had COVID. I really had COVID. So can you see what has gone on here, my delicious little babies, okay? And then when I point out, very politely, that, well, where was the common cold? Where was the flu for 2 years, my delicious little babies, okay? Ones, they know where I'm coming from, but they've got it ingrained in their noddle that they actually had COVID. That's what they say to me, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? It's like you cannot get it out of their noddle, you say. So, the fact of the matter is we can see what the crack is, but it is very good. Like for your man there now on UK Column News, to go and out into the street, to go and ask my delicious little babies. It is very good to do that. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, just to get the feelers out, just to see what has been, not meaning this in a patronising way or anything, but to see whether many have learned from that, I call it a putrid, awful experiment, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? So it is good to get the feelers out, just to, do you know what I mean? But you still have, for the majority, very sadly, there we are, who still believe in the bullshit. Do you see what I'm saying? And that is the sad part, my delicious little babies. And all I can really say to any one of you, anybody who happens to stumble across my channel, I'm not talking about like everybody, my delicious little babies, okay? But because there will be ones who, who already know, you know what I mean? But please do not fall for the shart. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? Because they pulled the right flipping number back in 2020, my delicious little babies. Oh, yes, they did. Oh, and finally, yeah. So Klaus Schwab, I forgot about that. Klaus Schwab, that putrid. Well, has he resigned or something? Anyway, so you got another man there. Oh, he looks evil. Just looking at him, he looks evil. My delicious little babies, okay, Dr. Evil. And yeah, he's talking about water now, so they're on about that. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay. You can find the WEF in old YouTube, in the old space bar, the space WEF. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay. Or you could type in the space world space economic space forum. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? But yeah, they're still coming out with this flipping crocker shot. Do you know what I mean? But the more and more that they're doing it, from what I can see, there are less and less, there we are, who are believing this bullshit. Do you see what I mean, okay? How many are going to only use a certain amount of water a day, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? But that is where you silly man here now, that putrid, who appears to have been chosen, one of the chosen ones to take over, my delicious little babies. How many are really going to listen to him and not use a lot of water, my delicious little babies? But can you see what's going on here? Okay, but yet they keep trying to sell it to us. Well, he doesn't appear to be, in my view, I'm a woman with a view, I shall have my effing view. He does not appear to be, let's just say, a very good salesman, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I'm saying? And if you listen to our lovely, and not in that way, like I keep saying, our lovely redacted on old YouTube, my delicious little babies, you'll see who I'm talking about, that Dr. Evil. You'll see. Okay, he's putrid looking, you see, because they can only have putrid characters. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? I mean, if you look at that Klaus Schwab, I've said it before, you can imagine when he eats, he'd be like that. I mean, I love little pigs, you know what I mean? But he's like something completely different. Do you know what I mean? My delicious little babies, just a horrible, putrid looking creature. They all are, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? And that flipping, what's his name? Harari, whatever his flipping name is. He looks like a cartoon flipping CEO, CK, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? Okay, and they all truly believe that for all of us out here, there we are, that we're just going to believe all this bullshit, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? But the way I see it is, the way that they're trying to do with 2030, well, it's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. Yeah, because more and more, there we are waking up. But like I just said, you've got, on the other hand, some who, there we are, will fall for the bullshit all over again. Do you see what I mean? Just cannot help them, my delicious babies. And to be perfectly honest, I mean, I will keep doing my videos, to give out information. But, it's like the first time round where I was, please don't listen to him, please don't, do you know what I mean? I've got to be honest, I'm really going to say I may be slightly reluctant, you know what I mean, this time round, because some of you just cannot help, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, you're trying to help and they're just not listening. It's like they're totally, there we are, closed off, my delicious little babies, okay? So until my next video, thank you so very much for any views, for any likes, for the occasional comment, how I love you all so. And I definitely just do not feel that that putrid perp has transitioned. Now, it wouldn't surprise me, actually, if he's still alive and he's, somewhere else, my delicious little babies. It just wouldn't surprise me at all. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? And of course, I should imagine the next one who comes along, well, we shall see, won't we, my delicious little babies, okay? But it's amazing how many in the world. Of course, anybody can choose what religion they like, okay? So I'm not here to split hairs. That's just an old-fashioned saying, my delicious little babies. But it's just so amazing how so many worshipped a putrid creature like him. Amazes me. I mean, that amazes me. My delicious little babies, do you see what I mean, okay? Considering there's so much there we are footage, so much on different platforms and everything for years. Just what type of creature there we are. He was or is. My delicious little babies, do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay, but still ones, there we are. They love him to the heart. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? That's what I'm saying. A lot of what needs to be happening now is where ones that we are need to be deprogrammed. My delicious little babies, this must happen. Do you know what I mean, okay? Because, otherwise, you just sink further and further. Do you know what I mean? So we do not want that. We want to go the other way. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? I mean, I'm sure that we'll get there. But we just got to continue to good vibrations. Okay, my delicious little babies, sending peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings to each and every one of you. And may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families all be fully protected. So until my next video, so much love. Take care. Thank you once again for listening. Goodbye.